Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am going to be going over how to get started, or I think the best way to get started with essential oils if it's something that you've been looking into. I've talked a decent amount about oils here and there on my channel. I also actually have an entire Instagram separate from my personal one where I share daily about oils and non-toxic living and different products that I use and how I use them, which I will link down below for you guys. But if you've been following me, you know that about 2.5 years ago, I started using Young Living oils, then I started using a lot of their products, and I'm totally obsessed. I'm also a distributor, and you can actually get started through me. You can join our community, get access to all of our exclusive resources and everything like that. In today's video, I am gonna be sharing with you guys how I got started and hands down the best way to open up a Young Living membership and start your oily journey. I have actually done a video like this in the past, but since then they have actually updated the starter kit and it's better now. There's been some improvements. They've added some new top favorite oils of mine. So I thought I would just make a little updated video so you guys can see, if you do want to get started, kind of what you will be working with. First, real quick, just a little bit of background. So Young Living, there's a lot of essential oil companies out there. I feel like even in the last 2.5 years that I've gotten into oils, they have completely blown up. You can get oils at Target and Walmart and Home Goods now, which, let's just put this out there, not all essential oils are created equal. There's hardly any regulations, making sure that the brands are making pure oils. I come from a food and nutrition background, as a dietitian, and I was mind blown to learn that there really are hardly any regulations on essential oils and their purity versus food labels and food claims are so tightly regulated. So I just assumed that you could trust the label, but it turns out you really can't. A couple things just in general to look out for. If it says you can't apply it to your skin, that is not an essential oil. Any essential oil should be able to be applied topically. Sometimes they do need to be diluted down with coconut oil or something, but that right there is a red flag. Also, if there's a bunch of ingredients in there that are more than just essential oil, and maybe sometimes a little carrier oil like coconut oil might be added if it's a blend or something, again, huge red flag. Now, the problem is companies don't really have to disclose what's in there. So there could be chemical solvents, and there could be additives, and there could be fillers, and you don't even know. And you might be putting this stuff on your skin and on your children and diffusing in all the air in your house and breathing it in constantly. So you really do want to be careful when it comes to essential oils because, like I said, not all brands are created equal. So if you go to my separate Instagram, Clove and Arrow Essentials, I have an entire highlight called YL, which is why I chose Young Living. You can go watch that highlight for more information, but in a nutshell, they're the only company that has their own farms. You can actually go visit them. I've been to a few of different farms of theirs, and they have all their own distilleries. They do everything their own on site. They have basically control of the entire process. No other company has both its own farms completely, running working farms and distilleries. There's always third parties involved. So, I mean, the quality just can't be quite as high because they just don't have as much control over the operation, and therefore their quality control is just never going to quite match what Young Living is able to do. So that just gave me a lot of peace of mind, and I've definitely learned that you get what you pay for with oils, and you might use some oils from the grocery store and be like, I don't really get the hype. That was me before I got the ones from Whole Foods, and I was just kind of yeah, I don't really get these. They don't help me sleep. That's what I tried to use them for. It didn't really make a difference. But that is because not all oils are created equal, and I'm telling you, the Young Living oils have been so transformational. They actually work. I use them for all different kinds of things, for supporting sleep. I use them in my skincare, which has made the biggest difference. I use them to help support my hormones, which is also, I have such a story with that. I use them to support our immune system, which I feel like we've done a 180. I even use them for emotional support. Hello, aromatherapy. You can use smells to help deal with stressful situations or tough emotions that you might be wrestling with. There really are endless uses for essential oils. I mean, they're all different kinds of plants, and plants can be really therapeutic. So if you're not into oils yet, I know this sounds totally crazy, but once you start using them, I'm telling you, you will see and you'll be a believer. Okay, so that being said, I want to share with you guys the starter kit, which is how you get started with Young Living. First, you get to pick out a diffuser. There's a few different options to pick from. I recommend going, if you want just a basic diffuser, going with the Desert Mist, which is just a really, beautiful, simple, basic diffuser. If you want to upgrade and get the Mac Daddy beautiful most beautiful diffuser I've ever seen. That is the Aria. It is so gorgeous. It's the one I have in my kitchen going all the time, and it is an upgrade, but I think it's totally worth it because it's freaking gorgeous. Now, okay, so for the actual starter kit, in addition to the diffuser, you'll also be getting this. And the reason that this is how you get started with Young Living is very simple. First off, it's like super bundled, so it ends up being pretty discounted. It's like over $400 worth of oils and product in here, but it's $165, and that includes the diffuser. So that is one reason. But then the other reason you'll see is the oils, the essential oils that come in here, they kind of cover like an array of different uses. So it kind of gives you like this little collection right off the start to start experimenting and using for yourself in all different areas of, you know, body support or just like cleaning and, you know, diffusing for energy and sleep and all those things. I think, you know, people typically will just gravitate towards oils that like sound nice and they'll smell pretty and they won't even realize they might need certain ones. So this is perfect because it basically kind of forces you to give oils like a fair shot and really like dip your toes into this whole like oily world and really get to see all of the power that they can have in like different areas of your life. Okay, so when you open up this beautiful box, you will see that it opens up to a bunch of oils. There is like some paperwork and a bunch of, not paperwork, but a bunch of like information pamphlets and things like that in here, which is good to look through. And I want to point out, so this is part of the kit, but then there's a little tab here that you can pull, and there is a whole bottom section as well. I think sometimes people miss this. All kinds of goodies in here as well. So we'll get to that in a second. But first I'm gonna go over majority of the oils. First up, we have classic lavender. This is such an amazing oil. Everyone likes to refer to this as the Swiss Army knife of oils. Basically, if you don't know which oil to grab for, you can try lavender because it's pretty much good for everything. It is such a great oil to diffuse or apply to help with sleep or just relaxation in general. And it's also really supportive for skin as well. It's very soothing. So you can just, you know, add it to your routine skincare, or if you have any kind of like skin irritations, this is a really good one to reach for. Next up is Thieves. Now this one comes in a white label bottle, which just means that it's technically labeled for ingestion, meaning you can use it as a dietary supplement. It's edible. Spoiler alert, it is technically the same oil in this bottle as well as the Thieves bottle with the regular label. They just have to be labeled differently according to the FDA. So Thieves is an absolute staple. I feel like everybody needs oils in their life because they're so useful, but everyone especially needs Thieves, most especially in the cold winter months when all of the ick is getting passed around. So this oil is amazing for supporting your immune system and keeping it strong. I love to apply it with a little bit of coconut oil to the bottoms of my feet or down my spine, and it also has this really like warm, spicy aroma, so it is perfect for diffusing to replace all of your seasonal, you know, holiday winter type candles, which is actually perfect because the colder months tend to be when we need Thieves the most. Valor is a newer addition to the starter kit, which makes me so happy because this is my hands down favorite oil, along with probably most other people. Everyone likes to refer to this as liquid courage. It is such a good oil to reach for if you are just feeling stressed or you're maybe a little nervous about something. It is just so calming, so grounding. Not to mention it has this like beautiful, sweet scent. So it is actually perfect to double as a perfume. I wear it all the time, strictly just for perfume, even if I don't need it for the emotional support. And a fun fact about this one is it can actually be applied to your spine to help with alignment. Next up is frankincense. This is one of the best oils for skin. Oh my goodness. Everyone likes to call this one the Fountain of Youth oil. I love just adding a drop to a little bit of moisturizer every single night. I'll just mix it up in my hand, apply it to my face and neck. Start doing this the second your starter kit lands on your doorstep. Your skin will be glowing like you've never experienced before. It's also just a very grounding oil, so it's very good for focus or for meditation or for prayer. Lemon essential oil is next. This is, again, such a household staple. There are so many different things you can use lemon for. First, I love to just diffuse it. It's very bright and energizing and uplifting. You can also add a drop or two of this in some ice water in either like a glass or stainless steel cup to help support your liver to metabolize and detox things in your body that it no longer needs. Peppermint is another staple for sure. First, love to mix this with lemon in the diffuser. It is like the most perfect morning wake up blend. It's very, very energizing. It's also really good if you have any kind of head tension. I love to just put a drop in my palm and rub it on my temples and back of neck, and it will just start to ease the tension away. And then speaking of back of neck, if you're ever really, really hot, whether you're outside or in the sun or whatever, putting a drop on the back of your neck, instant cool down. It is like pretty amazing. Citrus Fresh is like the odor buster. It is so perfect for all of the stinky spaces in your home, whether you're diffusing it or you put a couple drops on a cotton ball and just stick it in like a diaper pail or a trash can. It's also just great, again, to diffuse for that uplifting, energizing, kind of invigorating aroma, and this can also be added to water as well. Next up is Dyes. A lot of people have no idea what to do with this oil when they get it. It's not an oil that I personally use that often, but when I need it, I am so grateful that I have it because it works some magic, you guys. If you have a stomach ache, if your GI situation is upset in any way, maybe you ate some spicy food or something just isn't sitting right, this will be your best friend. A little coconut oil in your palm, couple drops, rub it all over either your chest, abdomen, whatever's uncomfortable. And oh my goodness, the relief, you guys, it will totally shock you, and it will probably make all of your husbands or your spouses a believer. Next up, a couple of my favorite oils for calming and de-stressing, and that first one is Stress Away. This is like vacation in a bottle. That's what everyone calls this one. I love diffusing it. I also just love putting a couple drops straight on my wrists and on my neck or chest just to breathe in whenever I'm feeling stressed out. And also it has like lime and vanilla. It smells so good. This could easily be an amazing perfume. And then we have Peace and Calming. This is such an amazing oil. It's very citrusy and sweet, but not in like an uplifting, bright, like lemon kind of way. I love diffusing this whenever I need to just like calm the environment. It's also really good to diffuse overnight for sleep support. And I also just love to apply this oil or put a drop in my hands and just take a big inhale, or you can just inhale straight from the bottle. Next up is Pan Away. This oil is so tingly and cooling and just very, very soothing. It is so good for any sore muscles or joints. A little bit of this and some coconut oil, rub it right on for relief. And then also this is great just after the gym to just rub all over your neck and shoulders, just kind of as a cool down. It's so tingly, it feels so good. And then last but not least, we have Raven. Raven begins with R, and it is really good for respiratory support. That's how I always remember this oil. It has kind of that menthol feel to it. It is so good to mix with a little bit of coconut oil and rub on your chest if you're feeling stuffy and just need a little help breathing. You know, it really helps to open up those airways. I also just love just whenever adding a few drops of this in my shower, and it kind of mixes with the steam, and it can really help to open up your airways if you need that. But also it just kind of makes like a spa environment, and it just adds a little zhuzh to, you know, any old basic shower. Okay, you guys, and then there are a couple more little goodies down here. Beyond just the oils. So first you get a Little Thieves hand sanitizer. These are perfect for on the go. They smell like peppermint, they don't smell nasty, and they totally work because they've got thieves in there, and it's also like pretty moisturizing on your hands. I have these literally everywhere. Next up is just a little Travel Thieves spray. This is so good just to spray on shopping cart handles and airplane seat trays and all of that kind of germy stuff that you come in contact with. Just a quick spray will just help get rid of the ick, and this is super handy. You also get a few on-the-go packs of Ningxia Red. This is probably the most popular Young Living supplement. It's actually like a whole food drink supplement. It's made from Ningxia wolfberries, which are a very specific type of goji berry actually, and it tastes like pomegranate juice, like a little bit sweeter. It's so good. We all love it. We drink it daily. It is so packed with antioxidants, guys. It is just so amazing for like overall health. And I do actually have on my Clovenaro Instagram an entire IGTV where I go real in depth on this if you want to check that out for more information. And then you also get two little roller tops that can literally clip right onto your essential oil bottles. So if I had to choose, I would probably put one on Stress Away so you can just roll it right on whenever, and maybe one on Valor as well to just roll it right on. But you can pop these on any oils that you want to just use straight topically. Okay, you guys, so that is everything that comes in the starter kit. I hope you found this helpful. I want to go over real quick a couple of questions I get nonstop, and they're really good questions. So first, People always get weirded out by memberships. I always get weirded out by memberships. I'm like, what am I being trapped into? But with Young Living, to sign up to be a member, the only thing you have to do is start with a starter kit. And like I said, it's the best way to get started anyway. It's like the best bang for your buck. It's what everyone recommends anyway. It's the reason they set it up this way. So everyone has to start with the starter kit, but technically you could literally never purchase anything ever again if you didn't want to. There's no requirement to order. And as a member, you get that 24% discount on everything. There is something called Essential Rewards, which is really awesome. It is like their monthly ordering rewards program. It's totally optional. I mean, I think it's awesome and I take part in it, but there isn't ever any requirement to order unless you decide you want to be a part of that to get all the perks. You also do not have to sell. I think people automatically assume that if you're buying this, you're gonna have to start telling people about it. Absolutely not. I think like 95% of members are just members because they love Young Living oils and products and they use the stuff for their families, but there is absolutely no requirement to do the business. I actually love it. I've had such a great experience with it, but it is so not required. You can technically get the starter kit and never tell a soul. Okay guys, so that is everything for this video. If you want to get started, I always have a link down in the description box to a link to my blog that explains how to get started. I would also love for you, if this is something you're interested in, come over to my Clove and Arrow Instagram, follow me on there because I'm sharing every single day how I'm using oils in real time, how I'm using a lot of the Young Living products, and just kind of sharing as much education as I can. So that's a good place to kind of land if you just want more information before getting started. And if you do decide to sign up, just make sure you're using my link if you want to be in our organization, because that is how you get into our Facebook education groups, which are exclusive to our organization. There is so much information in there, guys. There's so many different groups that you can join. You will automatically be added to mine, also my friend Logan's, but there are plenty out there if you want even more. You can search in those groups. It's kind of like Google for oils. There are classes you can join. There is just so much information at your fingertips, so you will not be lost, I promise. You will learn how to use these oils and they could possibly change your life. But that is it for this video, guys. If you do decide to sign up, I will be sending you a welcome email very soon after to not only welcome you, but to give you a bunch of information on getting started and also how to get into our Facebook groups. So make sure you're looking out for that. Check your spam. And I cannot wait to have you be a part of our community. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.